Hi, everyone. My name is Angela Dennison, and I am an oncology dietitian working for a nonprofit organization called Wellness House out in the Chicagoland area. And today I am super excited to do some recipe video collaborations with Julie Lanford, AKA the cancer dietitian who works for Cancer Services, another nonprofit cancer organization out in North Carolina. So very excited to be collaborating with you today, Julie, and love thinking of fun recipes to share with all the folks out there looking for healthier eating ideas for cancer. And thanks for watching today, and be sure to check out our other videos. We did Julie did a video on roasted cabbage. We also collaborated on a video of loaded sweet potatoes. And today I'm going to be making a super simple winter salad for you. When it comes to winter months, I absolutely understand that we tend to reach for more comforting foods, and absolutely, there's place for those great comfort foods. But don't forget to kind of load in some freshness too, and that's where the salad comes in. This is incredibly easy, which you are about to see when it all comes together. Now, like any recipe, personally, I think there's a lot of versatility in all different recipes. You know, the more comfortable you are in the kitchen, the more used you are switching out ingredients. But we're going to make the salad, and please know that whatever you kind of have at home, you can usually just kind of make it work. But in this salad today, we're going to be adding a mixture of greens. I just bought one of those big tubs of mixed greens, but you can kind of do any greens that you so choose. And we're going to be adding some pecans and apple and onion and making a really easy homemade dressing. So to get started, there's one step I always like to do when I add a nut or a seed to my salad, and that's to do a quick dry toast. Now, pecans happen to be my favorite nut, and they're good raw, but they're also wonderful toasted. So when you toast a nut, you really are just deepening the flavor of what it has. So it's really, and it also makes it a little bit crunchier. So it adds a nice textural component and is just boosting up the flavor. Now, this is an optional step. You don't have to do it, but I have a little pan kind of heating right here. And I do what I call my little hover test. I like to see if my pan is warm, and I'm going to throw my pecans right into the pan. No oil, no seasonings, nothing. They're just going right in. And really the goal is to get a light toast on them in order to bring out that flavor, develop that crunch. Just keep an eye. You don't want them to burn. Once they start to become fragrant, they're ready to go. You just want to shake them ever so often. Do not consistently stir them. You're not giving them enough time to cook. So I'm going to keep an eye on them here, move them around, and once I smell that nice toasty pecan scent, I'm going to take them off. But if you're not great at multitasking in the kitchen, do this first and then set it aside. That way you don't burn them. Can you do these in the oven? Absolutely. You can do them at 350 for about 10, 12 minutes. Everyone's oven is a little different. You just want to keep an eye on them so they don't burn, and they do just take a little quicker kind of on the stovetop here. Okay. So in the meantime, you can go ahead and put your greens in a bowl. I have this nice big bowl here, but I'm going to kind of take out some greens and I'm ready to make my salad. But I just want to give this just a minute here. Okay. Today, I'm going to be adding some red onion into my salad. Personally, I really love the bite of raw onion, especially the red onion. Now, if that's not your thing, you can switch it up. Or if you do want to add some raw onion, but you want to soften the flavor a bit, what you can do is soak the onion in like some cold water. Or you could also put them in a little vinegar, you know, do a really, really super quick pickle, but that will soften that bite of the raw onion. So just keep that in mind if needed. Again, I'm just giving a little stir. Okay. Now, when it comes to building the salad, I love adding some apple for a really nice fresh crunch. It adds some sweetness to it as well. Now you can see this is a giant apple. So it's up to you how much you want to add. For my own personal salad today, I'm probably just going to do about a third of the apple while keeping an eye on my pecans here. So what I'm going to do is just chop off a nice big side here, okay? And then we're just going to set the other piece. These are fragrant. I can see they're slightly brown, so I turned off my heat and I'm going to let them cool as I make the rest of the salad. The magic in toasting a nut or seed, if you really want it for that crunch and flavor, is to let it cool before you add to the salad, because that's when the magic starts to come together, okay? So we're just gonna let those hang out. But in the meantime, let's get everything else prepped. So for my salad, for my apple, I wanna do just small dices. So I'm literally just cutting my side into like little strips here. And then what I tend to do is like kind of do a little stack here. Cut them in half one more time. And then I get these really great little dice. And that's just going right into my bowl. I have, what apple did I buy? This is, oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. I'll think of it. But any apple will do. Some apples, you know, are a little bit more tart. Some have more of a softer flesh. This one's nice and crispy. And that's a personal preference. So choose an apple to what your heart desires. I'm also going to add some onion. Now I'll probably just do like a quarter of the, so this is just half an onion. I'll probably use just half of this, so about a quarter, but you can do more or less depending. You could also do some green onions or chive if you want some onion flavor, but it's not as bright sharp as maybe some of the onion, red onion or, you know, yellow onion. But let's go ahead and cut off these tips and tops. And I have my little discard bowl here in order to kind of move things off of my cutting board, keep it nice and clear. And like I said, if you want to remove that bite, just soak your red onion in water or some red vinegar. So you could literally just soak the slices if you want. So I'm doing like half moons, and that's a good amount. So I'm going to just go ahead and toss those in. If you prefer a dice, then absolutely dice them into your salad as opposed to doing half moons or slices. Okay, so we have our bowl here with some of our toppings, and we will be adding our greens. Let's see what else. I'm also going to be adding some blueberries. And I already gave these a good rinse. I'm just kind of tossing them in. I love fresh fruit in my salad. And we're also going to be adding some fresh parsley into our salad as well. When it comes to adding herbs, parsley is a go-to in my salads. It adds really lovely freshness and brightness. And we all know parsley helps us, right, digest. It freshens our breath. So hey, let's add it in there. When it's added to your plates at restaurants, I know we always think, oh, good, I can freshen my breath a little after eating, but that parsley will also help you aid in some good digestion. So if you've never added fresh parsley to your salad, I highly, highly recommend it. I'm known for making very flavorful salads with a lot of kind of just random ingredients, but they just make the salad so enjoyable. And that's key, right? When it comes to our food, we want it to be delicious, nutritious, and very enjoyable. All right, so we have all of our toppings here. We'll add the greens in just a minute, but it is coming together nicely. But let's make our dressing. This is incredibly easy. So I have a half cup of olive oil. I also have some white wine vinegar. So in that goes. I'm going to add a pinch of salt and pepper. You can also add some like chopped onion to this. All right, we're going to do a little Dijon and maple syrup as well. So the Dijon really kind of makes this dressing a little bit more creamier. This helps kind of emulsify the dressing. So the Dijon is optional. So if you just want to stick with the oil and vinegar, you certainly can do that, but we're going to add 2 tablespoons. Personally, I also love kind of the tang that the Dijon adds to the dressing. And vinegars, I love vinegars. I have all different kinds in my house. They're just such wonderful flavor builders. So I tend to go a little vinegar heavy on my dressings. But again, when you're making it at home, the beauty is that you can tweak it to any way you really like. So there is that. Let's add just a smidge of maple syrup. That's going to add a little sweetness and just balance out the acidity of our dressing. About half a teaspoon here. Whoop. And all right, that's it. So I'm going to just mix this really quick with like a little whatchamacallit. And but you can put this in a jar with a lid and just shake away and it'll come together in just a moment. So either one works. A whisk, that's what it's called. All right. So easy peasy, always give your salad a little taste. Oh yeah. See, that's tangy. So if you don't love that, you may want to like tone down a little of the vinegar, but that is delightful. Okay, so here we have our big bowl of greens. Now, this is what I recommend. If you're having a big party and you're serving out all the salad at one time, go ahead and mix everything. Give it a dress before you serve. But if you know you're going to be making enough for leftovers and storing it, do not pre-dress your salad. It's going to be a soggy mess. So, and also I say keep your toppings separate too, so you don't wilt the greens. So what I'm going to do is just grab another bowl and kind of make my own like little individualized salad here. And then, sorry, I'm just trying to find a good sized bowl here. And then we're going to dress it. Now, you know, when you go to a restaurant and the salads are just, they're so good, right? And you think, why is this so much better than the salad I make at home? Well, there could be a couple reasons to that. Because a lot of restaurants season their salad. So they're actually putting seasoning onto the greens. And if you've ever noticed, when you take home greens from a restaurant, even if you didn't dress it, they're wilted the next day, right? It's the salt, right, that gets put on it because it draws that water out. So I always just add a pinch of salt and pepper to my salad greens before I add my toppings and my dressing. And that really does just add some really good flavor. So here are my greens. I'm going to add really, it's a pinch. You could do just salt. We're going to add our toppings here. So we have our onion, we have our parsley, we have our blueberries and our apple. Give that a quick little toss. Last but not least, we have our toasted pecans. You can throw them in whole or you can give them a few chops and throw them in. It's up to you. These are a little warm, so if you have a few extra minutes, I would wait until they are cooled down. Let's just give this, they smell so nice. We're gonna kind of, let's dress first and then we'll add. Start small with your dressing, especially with vinegar and oil dressings, they stretch, so a little goes a long way. So throw it on and then give it a good toss, okay? Get all your ingredients tossed through. And actually, that's a really good amount of dressing there. Whoop. Oh yeah, this is gonna be quite a delicious meal. And then on our pecans go. Another toss. And there you have it. This is quite, it smells delicious. I will give it a taste. Always taste your food and then adjust as needed before serving. You could also add some, like, you know, I have some avocado here. There's so much that you can add to this to kind of make it your own, or maybe please some guests that are coming over if you know they like very specific things. And where are all my forks? There they are. Okay. So let's take a bite and I'll see if I kind of, yeah, there's a lot in here. This is very refreshing, which is nice, right? We're at the end of January. Things are cold. We feel like we just want to kind of hunker down. But don't forget about the brightness to add to your dish. And making this kind of salad, we'll do that. Sorry. I'm chomping away here. Okay. So that was my super simple winter salad. Incredibly easy, as you can see. I think really crowd friendly. You have a lot of different flavors, textures, brightness to it. So get that salad onto your plate. Enjoy, be versatile, be brave, try new things. Julie, it's always such a pleasure to collaborate with you. Thank you so much for having me. Again, you can view these videos at either wellnesshouse.org or the Cancer Dietitian YouTube channel or wellnessservices.com. Wait, no, cancerservices.com. cancerdietitian.com. I'm so sorry. Okay, so dietitian YouTube channel, cancer dietitian YouTube channel, cancerdietitian.com, or wellnesshouse.org. Sorry for the confusion. Okay, well, thank you everyone so much for joining us. Please send pictures. Tell Julie about your experiences making these recipes. We'd love to hear about it. So take good care, everyone. Thank you.